As always, the 90-day streets are moving mad. So we're going to begin this one here with Nikki Exotica, somebody that was on 90 Day Fiance once upon a time with her then partner Igor aka Justin. Unfortunately, things for them didn't work out, but since her appearance on 90 Day Fiance, Nikki has been in and out of hospital with different appointments for different things. And each time she is in hospital, she seems to always be in a position to make a GoFundMe. But let's check out something, because now there's been a clash with herself and a cast member. Now, Nikki made this post literally about 16 hours ago, or at least her and her mother anyway, okay? Or at least it was edited 16 hours ago, shall I say. Now, as you can see, it comes out here by saying, "Hello everyone, this is Nikki's mother. I just wanted to update everyone on her medical condition. Thank you all for being patient. I set up a GoFundMe for her. We appreciate any help with her recovery." Now, the thing that's quite interesting is, as you can see, as normal, there are people out there obviously supporting her from the show. Now, one of those people being Shekinah. Now, Shekinah said on the most recent post, which is this one itself, "Glad your mama is with you, praying for a speedy recovery for you, Nikki." Now, bear this in mind, this is the most recent post that has been made by Nikki Exotica, okay? Now, only a few days ago, the post previously before that was made by Nikki, all right, also regarding her condition right now in hospital. Well, guess what? There was also comments that happened between her and Shekinah. Now, as you can see in this post there, she puts down, "Demons work overtime and never sleep, but God works more than anyone and always has the last word. And trust me, when judgment day comes, your demons will feel wrath. I promise you, you'll have a blessed day." Now, Shekinah came in and said, "Have that thick skin you always talk about, baby. The energy you took to make this post could have gone into healing your body." Now, of course, itself in particular, is this a harsh comment? Is this a comment where she's trying to call her out or trying to be cruel? I mean, listen, I think this is a comment where it's a matter of perception, right? For some of us may read that and be like, wow, like, was there any need for you to say that, Shekinah? You could have said something just a bit more polite or a bit more nicer. You didn't really have to go down the route of saying this. But at the same time, though, you could also put the other perspective where you can say that maybe all Shekinah is trying to say is that you're always talking about having your thick skin. So I'm reminding you that you got thick skin that you're going to need through this challenging time. So please stay off social media and use this time to heal rather than come on social media to make posts. Now, this is what Shekinah probably meant, rather than the other perspective of it being negative. But Nikki still decided to respond anyway, and she said, "Have that thick skin, ? I'm human and in ICU, girl. I almost died. Please, I need all positive energy around me. The reason why I post these things so that so they don't eat me up inside with emotional distress. It's therapeutic for me to let it out and say how I feel." So the question is, do you believe that Shekinah was out of order? Do you think she was out of line for saying the comment that she said? Or do you think that she made a very good point that at the end of the day, throughout this tough time, you should be focusing on your healing rather than caring about what's happening on the social media and caring about updating people that don't even know you and people that even probably follow you just to hate on you? But of course, Nikki's defense is, well, social media is my outlet. This is quite sad though, because you see, sometimes in life, social media can be a good place to come for people to have an outlet, for people to let go and, let things be known. And there's nothing wrong with that to a certain degree. But at the same time though, you've got your mother there. Why is she not enough? And also, do you not have like friends? Do you not have acquaintances? Do you not have other people that you can go to? I mean, listen, obviously in this world, there's a lot of us who don't have people to go through. So sometimes going online is the way. So really and truly, is there a right or wrong when it comes to Nikki using social media as a way of therapy? Subjective, matter of perspective, right? So therefore, really and truly, I just think that this is a matter of where two women have obviously said things and maybe they've just kind of taken it in the wrong way in a certain way. But either way, though, I guess the most important thing is to send the positive energy that Nikki needs. But again, I will say this. Is there anything realistically wrong with anyone going to social media to use as therapy? I'm going to say no. Because at the end of the day, if going to social media is something that allows you to wake up every single day, that allows you to stay in a better mindset, then you know what, so be it. Because there are some people who literally live in the dark, no social media, no friends, no nothing. And Lord knows what demons are going through their mind. So, you know what, if it works for you, it works for you. Now, with that being said, I'm going to move on to, unfortunately, some more sad news. Now, Jenny came out with a post about last year at some point. Well, not necessarily Jenny, but Jenny came out on an interview about last year at some point where we all spoke about how she was talking rather slowly. And because of that, it causes a lot of concerns among us in the 90 Day Fiance world, where we started to have assumptions of what it could be. Now, we do know that Jenny has had a drinking problem. So at the time when we all saw this, we all then was under the assumption that this could be related to the fact that she's always got a drink in her hand. Well, she has now come out to explain to us exactly what has been going on with herself. As you can see, Jen posted along with Summit, with a heavy heart, we wanted to share news with all you guys that there was a rumor that I had a stroke, and it turned out to be ALS. At first, we tried to keep it private, but because it's very emotional and overwhelming for us, we were hoping to find some kind of solution before speaking publicly. But after trying for some time, we feel like it's time to reach out. Thank you so much for your love and support. Right now, we are open to any kind of help, treatments, clinical trials, lifestyle changes, or anything that could help treat this disease or slow down its progression. There is a link to the interview we did with People. So the thing that I actually like about this post is that there isn't a mention of money. Now, this isn't a dig to Nikki herself in particular. This is more to the point that a lot of the time when sometimes people go through things in the 90 Day Fiance world, the second that they feel ill, the second this happened, the first thing they want to mention is, oh guys, please go to my GoFundMe page and help me get money for this purpose. For example, with Chidi, he wanted us to give money to his GoFundMe page to help restore his vision, which clearly was shown on the show that he can never see again. But you know, they did that anyway. Then obviously you got Nikki here obviously asking for money for her medical bills. Then also we've had other people in the past, whether it be Brandon and Mary asking for money to pay for their bills and all that kind of stuff. David and Niles asking for money to help bring their partners to America. Michael asking for money for divorce papers, all that kind of stuff. So usually people on 90 Day Fiance rush to social media to open a GoFundMe when something's going tough. But instead, when it comes to Jenny and Summit, they didn't ask for a single penny. All they said is, right now we are open to any kind of help. And then it gives us ideas, treatments. If you can suggest one, please go there, suggest one. Clinical trials, if you know somebody that's doing a trial that is, I guess, in some way been proven safe for a human being, then again, go there, recommend. Lifestyle changes. If you want to go there and give them ideas of maybe something that you know that could help her within her life moving forward, go and help her, okay? And anything else that can help treat the disease or at least slow down its progression. Honestly, my heart goes out to Jenny and Summit and any single person in Jenny's life that obviously loves and cares for her. And I really hope that people are able to give us some sort of support, help that can help her, obviously, you know, with this transition into her new life moving forward now. I mean, if I had any ideas regarding LOS, I'd be boom in the DMs or in the comments saying, hey, but I ain't got a clue, to be fair. I've never really experienced anyone around me who has LOS, to be fair. And also, this is kind of like the first time I've been really encountering it. But hey, if you have any idea of how to help somebody in this position, then please do reach out to Jenny or Summit or even her daughter for that matter. And maybe you can be a helping hand for them. But either way, though, good luck to them, all right? Now, when it comes to the new season of 90 Day Fiance right now, we have got Shea. Now, Shea is somebody right now who recently has had one of the most disgusting scenes in 90 Day history. But what we do know about Shea is that he has got an ex-wife that is also on the show, okay? Now, his ex-wife is Nicole. Now, this is something that's been reported by Sarcasm, where it says here that Shea McGee described his ex-wife Nicole has trouble on the show, and it appears multiple police departments in Kentucky might agree. Sarcasm has gathered all of Nikki's mugshot photos we can find, and we put together to timeline of her arrest over the years. Head over to the Sarcasm blah blah if you obviously want to check it out, guys. Okay, so the more the story is, also shout out to Geek and Kabitz for being the first one to report on Nikki's past runs in the law. Now, more of the story here, folks, just to keep it short for you guys. As you can see, she's somebody else who obviously has a criminal record, okay? And obviously it's not a good thing, all right? And it's good to see that at least Sarcasm is there to obviously let us know about it, to obviously give us information, so at least we know that what has been said by Shea so far isn't necessarily BS. But at the same time though, just because Shea says that she may be a vindictive ex who's maybe out of her way to, who maybe gone out of her way to ruin his relationship with Annabelle, it doesn't change the fact that she may be doing for the greater good. Because, well, when it comes to Shea, well, is he somebody that can be trusted as of this moment in time? I'm going to say no, because he seems to be someone that is more than happy to be hiding the truth a lot of the time to Annabelle, especially when she FaceTimes him to see who he's around. And also, he did say that going out and having a drink and kissing people isn't cheating. So that says a lot about Shea's personality. But whilst we're here, I'll also just quickly go for a run through of the mugshot stuff in particular. As you can see here from the Sarcasm website, as you can see, there's a mugshot here that shows of May 2008. All right, which is quite sad, obviously, as you can see, for a restraining order. And then obviously we move on to the next one itself. This one is December, literally 4 years later, 2012. Failure to wear seatbelt, operation suspended or revoke operating license, failure to use child restraint device in vehicle. Honestly, second degree. That is nuts. And then again, literally a year later in February, as you can see, same charges as December 29. Somebody that clearly is not listening, somebody that does not want to learn from her mistakes. So I'm guessing this was a failure to appear and a bond violation or probation violation. And then again, as you can see from, this would be 11 years later. I had to do my maths real quick there, in 2024, which obviously last year, as you can see. Criminal trespassing, second degree, public intoxication, influence under controlled substance, menacing possession of open alcoholic beverage or container in a motor vehicle, possession of marijuana, possession of drug of paraphilia. I think I got that one right. Permit motor vehicle to run unattended, disorderly conduct, second degree, assault at fourth degree. And then again, this one was literally March 2024, and then again in September of 2024, but the charges here were not listed. And this one here, as you can see, she's got one hell of a belter. Wow, that is one hell of a black eye. And as you can see, same year again, 2024, but this time in December, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, failure to proceed insurance card, and also speeding. And then literally as of last year, February 2025, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, first something, and it's unclear if this is a new charge or the same charge from the December one. And then also literally, as you can see, within the same month of February of 2025, literally within 9 days later, no mugshot, but driving on a DUI suspended license. And then also in April, it's a lot, isn't it? It really is a lot. April 4th, 2025, driving on DUI suspended license. It's unclear if this is a new charge or the same charge from the previous arrest. And then again, last one, damn, November 2025. Okay, contempt to court, liberal slander, resistance order, which is quite interesting because this one here is literally the same as the very first one that we began in 2008, contempt of court, liberal or slander, resistance to order. This is a woman that clearly does not learn from her behavior. She keeps repeating the same thing time and time again. County, Kentucky. Court records are a bit difficult to access, so it's unclear what the outcome of criminal cases were. But as you can see, Sarcasm will still be on the case of trying to find out exactly, what has been happening moving forward. But honestly, we are in for one hell of a season, then, aren't we, with this woman potentially. But again, despite her criminal record, it does not necessarily mean that anything that she's going to be saying regarding Shea is going to be a lie. Let's just bear that in mind, because that is just her part of her life as an individual, and this part here is her life involving Shea and his shenanigans. And yeah, but with that being said though, whilst we're also on the topic of Shea, like I said to you guys before, this man has got one of the most disgusting scenes in 90 history. Well, people on Reddit are letting you know about it right now. The bathtub and discussion scene with Shea. This was one of the grossest 90-day scenes for me. Definitely belongs in the top 3. Also, how bad does he smell that she has to rush straight to the bathroom as soon as she gets in the room? It's giving bathing grandpa in the nursing home, but worse. I mean, listen, who knows? Obviously, this is where people can speculate multiple things of what they think it could be, but what the hell is going on here? Did this picture of coat have to be here? Now I'm going to leave it there a little bit longer for you guys to have a look at it and me to look away. Ugh, uckers. Let's get rid of that disgustingness real quick. But either way though, it was absolutely... But give me your thoughts on that moving mad situation that we obviously had to, you know, come across in the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiance. Now also on top of that, we'll move on to the next one, and this one is about Catie and Josh. Now everybody knows that Catie right now is nothing but a train wreck, and as you can see, this person says that she asked him what they were talking about, and this is regarding the fact that he was talking to two people that she had slept with on multiple occasions. Continues by saying, then immediately made sure that there wasn't a drop of liquid in the can. She also had a different type of drink in her hand each time we see her. This is going to end badly and soon. Obviously, this is the scene stuff in particular where she's obviously grilling Josh about the conversation he just had with the two men that she had obviously had intimacy with before multiple times. And in that same conversation, this is when she basically said to him, like, are you basically okay being around these people that I've slept with? And also, not only are you okay with it, but I won't lie to you, but I sometimes do worry that I may have an urge or a hunger or a thirst to maybe want to relive my life with those guys again. And this guy literally sat there and said, okay, I'm okay with everything. Ah, boy. Like I said before, I am not taking no second-hand embarrassment regarding this guy, because you know what, guys? I am an African British person, okay? He's not, so me and him are not the same. We don't behave this way, okay? I've never met a British guy like him, to be honest with you. He's a calamity to all of us. He needs to be removed effective immediately, okay? He's embarrassing every single one of us, apart from me and anyone else, you know what I'm saying? He's just embarrassing people who is his ethnicity in the UK. Yep, okay, said it, yep. But hey, let me know your thoughts. But to be fair, I did find a very interesting comment here where this person said she applied for the wrong show. Catie should be on A&E's intervention. And I agree, before she's caught drinking and driving on cops. Listen, I definitely agree that she should be on a whole different show, because this is not it. And honestly, right now TLC are literally monetizing and benefiting from a blatant alcoholic, which is not good. But for them, it's good TV, isn't it? That's the issue for them. It is good TV regardless. And you know what? Whatever works for you folks, hey. But hey, it is TLC and it is what it is. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Now this one here is all about Liz. Now we do know that as per the first episode of the Tell All Part 1, we was finally able to meet Liz's new partner, Alec. Alec is the person that she is now engaged with. Now a lot of people are definitely not happy with Liz's behavior. In fact, people have never been happy with Liz's behavior, but this is something that I just found funny that I thought you guys might want to, you know, laugh too. But this person said Liz is out here like Thanos collecting rings. Now, for the people who don't know who Thanos is, you know what, it's just a Marvel villain. To be fair, is he really a villain though? It's kind of a bit subjective, isn't it? But either way, the premise is in the whole Avengers story, Thanos is literally collecting stones to put on his glove. Yeah. And basically, Liz is like doing the same thing with rings. Yeah. Maybe we should call her like, oh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to insult. That's just a good film as well. I was going to say maybe we should be calling her Liz is the new Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you, but I don't want to put it in the same conversation as Lord of the Rings. But either way, though, this is the guy that she is with now, as obviously part of the, as we saw, courtesy of the Tell Herself in particular. But either way, though, Liz is really out here just being Liz. I'm going to leave it there. Now we're going to move on to, you know, something slightly more positive, okay, guys, compared to some of the content that some of the information I've given you so far in this video. Now, this one here is regarding Kenny. Now, Kenny and Amanda, as we know from the last episode of the diaries, or at least you should know from the last video that I made regarding them. If you haven't checked that, please do check it out so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Kenny and Amanda are on a journey now of trying to get to the USA, but to do so, Amanda has to take a test or have an interview, and also his daughter has to do exactly the same thing as well. Now, as per the diaries, Amanda did not take it in that segment, but it doesn't mean he hasn't taken it now. But who we did see take one was his daughter, and Kenny has come out with the results. And as you can see here, Kenny has come to say she's got it. congratulations to Hannah. So Hannah has obviously passed the test that's going to allow her, I believe, to either now be able to enter the USA or at least one step closer to entering the US. But I'm pretty sure this is the test they had to take to finally get the visa that they applied for approved. But to be fair though, Kenny does put down here hashtag green card. So maybe that's the green card. I don't know. I've never been to America to even get a green card, so I don't even know if it's a piece of paper or not. So maybe she has now got herself a green card. But either way though, the good news is that Hannah was able to be successful with it, which means Kenny and Armando and Hannah are closer to obviously moving to the United States, or at least going to the United States for a period of time, and they may be either choosing to finally actually be there permanently, or they may think, you know what, it's been fun, but we want to go back to Mexico. Either way though, I'm pretty sure we will always find out. Now, one thing that I will also add is that when it comes to Kenny and Armando, based on couples that are reoccurring on the show, they are probably one of the only couples, or maybe the only couple, that is reoccur on the show and actually displays a form of a healthy relationship. And you know what? Love it for them. Absolutely love it for them, to be fair. And to be fair, they do say that when it comes to divorce rates, the divorce rate couples that have the lowest divorce rate is actually gay couples when it is man and man. Because men and men are not problematic. And no, I'm not getting no ideas. I don't want to be a man. Listen, I love women too much. But maybe that's why they're always displaying such a healthy relationship, because it is two men together. Yep, the lowest rate is women and women together. Yes, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. And the highest rate of people that leave relationships are women as well. Yeah. Women, do better. Stop divorcing your men. Once you decide to marry a man, stick around, okay? Stop running away. And once you decide to marry a woman, stick around. Stop running away, okay? Be more like men. When we're in it, we're in it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the loyal men, the good men. Too many women are leaving good men and then saying there's no good men out here. Make it make sense. But either way, though, congratulations to Kenny, Armando, and Hannah, okay, for this obviously good achievement. Now we're going to move on to another one. Now this one here is regarding Jamal. Honestly, Jamal cannot catch a freaking break. No matter what he does, something is happening where he is being put through the mud. But Shabudi is coming with this piece of information. He's saying, have you seen a photo evidence? As you can see here, Jamal has been in a relationship with Emma Perry since filming Hunt for Love season 2, and now they've been spotted on vacation together in Aruba. No mistaking it, my sources tell me they were fighting, storming off, and then making out on repeat. These are my favorite kind of okay, whatever. So more of the story is, he's only just reporting that these two were obviously hooking up when they were on the show Hunt for Love, but Jamal and Emma seem to be in a relationship currently as of right now. I mean, listen, a photo is a photo, right? A photo doesn't always necessarily tell you anything, because they could just be two people that had a good time on the show, but then decided to say, you know what, let's go out on holiday and just continue having fun. They could still just be having fun, right? But there's only one thing that can really confirm to me more than just this post, that maybe they are in a relationship. But I can still say that maybe they're still just having fun. It was the comment from Johnny. Now, Johnny is the person that was on 90 Day Fiance recently with Chloe, okay? And now recently just had a child. And look what he says. He said, Jamal was scared of letting Emma meet me. Unfortunately, Jamal has insecurity issues. Now, insecurity issues can easily then say to us and indicate that Jamal is in a relationship with Emma, and therefore he doesn't want anyone else around her because of insecurities. They could easily indicate that, and therefore give us more confirmation than just the pictures alone that these two are in a relationship. But at the same time, there are also people that are not in relationships who are just having fun, but can still have these crazy insecurities where they don't want the person that they're sleeping with to be around other people. Either way, though, what it does prove regardless is that clearly something is happening with these two that is clearly serious. The question is, how far will it go? We have to just wait and see. And if anything, given the fact that these two have been spotted together away from filming, then guess what, folks? It might just mean that these two may be back for another season apart from just Hunt for Love. So whenever that is, they may come back for another season as together. But you know what this does, though? This paints an even bigger picture. Before, we've always asked the question, what is happening with Jamal and the 90 Day Bad Boys? Why did he have to leave Josh and Rob? What was the reason behind it? Now, we do know that Emma and Rob have a past. And also it has come out before, and I'm pretty sure it may have been Shibuya that, or it could be someone wrong, or someone else, it could be wrong, I do apologize if I'm wrong, that Jamal had an issue with always trying to sleep with women that Rob had been with before. I know it wasn't Shibuya, it was somebody else, I remember now. I think it was cut to the drama. So maybe when it came to Emma, Jamal was like, but this one I actually want to be with her though. And maybe that's what really caused the issue between him and Rob. And where Josh comes in place, who knows? But either way though, it's all a mess. But I'll tell you this now, I am buzzing and cannot wait for Hunt for Love to happen now. Before, I wasn't that bothered about it because season 1 was just But now, I want to see what's going on with Jamal and Emma. Okay. But either way though, let's see what happens obviously moving forward regarding those two. Now, the last one itself in particular here is all about Vanya's man, Tony. Also, courtesy of Shibuya. As you can see, Tony is a real doctor. People have been questioning whether or not Tony is legit a real doctor or not, because sometimes when people come on 90 Day Fiance, what they tell us isn't always 100% true. So this confirms that yes, he's a doctor, but that's not why I'm here though. I'm here because people are now under the influence. I definitely believe he was a doctor. Oh no, that's not the one. Oh, well, you know when you look at it, you know when you go, oh, here we go. I think Vanja is in love with his career. She seems so materialistic. I can never say the word. It's a tongue twister for me. I do apologize. So now this is where things are getting interesting, because there are several comments that have now freaking disappeared. But a whole bunch of people were saying that they now believe that Vanja may be with him and may be obsessed with him. Not because of who he is, not because of him, but people may be obsessed with him because, well, Vanja may be obsessed with him because of the fact that he has got a lot of money. So now that's very, very interesting. Because let's be real, Vanja has definitely lost her character throughout this season. She's now she's now willing to give up dancing, to give up this and the other. The things that she said that she would never give up for no man. All of a sudden, she's now giving up so many things just to please this man. So it does make you wonder, is it because she's attached to the money? She's attached to the lifestyle? Who knows? But at the same time, though, we can also argue and say that Vanja seems to have had a very good lifestyle financially before anyway, because she was still able to afford to go abroad, to go and do this, that, and the other. But either way, though, just because somebody already has their own secure financial situation, it doesn't mean they don't want to gain from somebody else who may have an even better one. So it does bring that question, doesn't it? Is Vanja with him for him, or is she with him because of his bank account? Food for thought. Let me know what you're thinking down below, ladies and gentlemen. But as always, please make sure you hype the video on your way out. You subscribe, you like. You just never leave me, pretty much. Yeah. And those 80% that don't subscribe, subscribe. Come on now. With that being said, thank you so much. Have a great day.